Like, who cares what Kaceytron's saying here? She's being forced to say it. Like, how do you even watch this and get anything out of it? So yeah, she had to read this, or she was gonna lose her house. Something that should concern a commentary YouTuber, but I guess Nick has totally forgotten all those principles that he used to espouse so fucking heavily in like every video on his channel.
I don't feel
This is 3 hours 16, the other one's 230 minutes. I'll let you do the conversions in your head. So, if everyone remembers, there's been a lawsuit going on, started by Ethan Klein against 3 content creators, Kaceytron, Frogan, and Denims. Also implicating moderators and users of the H3 Snark Leftovers H3 subreddit for, I believe, contributory copyright infringement for linking their streams and directing people to watch it instead. Obviously, anyone with sense saw through Ethan's thin facade that this was about forming some kind of precedent for React content ethics on Twitch and YouTube. And most people have dropped that pretense. I watched a little bit of Nick DeOrio's coverage, and I saw he's totally dropped that pretense. No one who's got like any kind of reputation or anything is operating under the pretense that Ethan's doing a good thing here, or is doing it for selfless or principled reasons. Anyone with any sense has acknowledged now it is entirely malicious, and essentially it's a dishonest, malicious use of the copyright infringement law to hash out personal beefs and what should be a defamation matter. If you believe these people have lied about you, damaged your business with their lies, then you should sue them for defamation. You should not sue them for copyright infringement. You certainly shouldn't construct some bizarre, gay, like, internet supervillain 4D chess thing where you're like, oh, I'm gonna do exactly what Ryan Kavanaugh did to me, to them. I'm gonna register something with the Library of Congress and then use it to compel speech in a settlement. Something that any self-respecting commentary YouTuber should be against, by the way. Because obviously this could happen to anyone. Anyone could do this to you. Any rich person could do this to you. As long as they've got more money than you and they know they can outlast you in court, they can create a video that you're likely to react to if you're a streamer, if you're a commentary streamer. They can create a video that you're likely to react to, register it with the Library of Congress, drown you in a lawsuit, and then try and force you into a settlement where your speech is compelled or totally silenced. Because this is something I haven't heard brought up. I haven't heard Ethan say, oh, by the way, Kaceytron's changing of her own volition because there's no non-disparagement agreement. There's no non-disparagement agreement. There's no non-disclosure agreement about the settlement. So Kaceytron can say whatever she likes. She's just going to choose not to. I haven't heard that said whatsoever. I've not heard that said at any point. So I'm assuming Kaceytron is essentially legally muzzled. That's the sense I'm getting right now, is that Ethan has used this. He has dishonestly, maliciously used a statute that does not apply to the issue he actually wants to hash out in order to maliciously silence someone, to quell their speech and compel their speech. So anyone, regardless of whether you dislike the person and think they're a fat, you know, whatever the fuck, think they're a disgusting, lazy bitch who steals content, whatever you think, if you're someone that cares about free speech or having a healthy online ecosystem for criticism of larger creators, this should be something that concerns you. It should be something that concerns you deeply. Because it's not a good precedent to set that people start doing this. And one of the jobs, something that Nick DeOrio knows, by the way, because he said, oh, seeing stuff like this happen means we're not doing a good enough job about other situations. Something that all these people know is that when a situation like this happens, you should be attempting to make the cost of success greater than any loss would have been. The fact that Ethan is able to do this should mean that, as, you know, interested parties, you ensure he pays a greater price for winning than he ever would for losing. That should be your mindset as someone that cares about this sort of thing. Now, many people don't care about this sort of thing. Many people are just wretched, despicable fucking lowlives who get on the internet and want bigger content creators to fight their battles for them and lash out against their enemies for them because they don't feel confident making arguments on their own. So they just take them downstream from someone bigger that they can essentially deflect and hide behind. And then if heat gets too high, they just go, oh, I disavow, and step away. That's what some wretched fucking lowlives who spend years grandstanding about this sort of thing, that's the sort of attitude they approach this with, okay? So we're going to take a look at the Kaceytron apology, the ISIS beheading video. And then we're going to look at that. But first we're going to take a look at Ethan's apology to Ryan Kavanaugh, because it's just very obvious where he got all the ideas for this from. So let's take a look.
One front so that I can open several more. And it's time to turn a leaf and to close the chapter with my dear friend, Ryan Kavanaugh. We've come to an agreement and we are parting ways. We are settling the matter amicably. And I have a statement that I've arranged. Excuse me. With my good friend that I would like to state for you now in all sincerity and to close the chapter and move right along.
Wow.
So here's my apology to Ryan Kavanaugh. I read to you now. To Ryan Kavanaugh, I want to offer my sincere and unreserved apology. At the time, I was led to believe you were behind a particular copyright lawsuit. Acting on that belief, I went on and attacked you publicly and persistently. In doing so, I failed to consider the personal impact of my actions. And I lost sight of the basic respect every person deserves, regardless of any dispute. That hit its home, you know? I also understand that as a result, your Wikipedia page has been significantly altered to reflect you in a negative light. And I apologize for any involvement I had in that. I apologize for ever making statements that led anyone to believe you were involved in unethical or bad business dealings. And I now know that any of those things I may have spread were not true.
Of Mr. Liam Donovan on the side so people can realize the path not taken.
Thank you for the $5, Moment Night. Thank you.
I deeply regret ever elevating or emphasizing that false narrative, and it was wrong of me. And I apologize. Because of the attention I placed on you, I know that you and your family became the target of harassment and hate. And truly, none of them deserved any of that. The hurt that, was caused by my actions is something I take full responsibility for, and I am truly sorry for that. I also understand the harm that the negative social media and
like, this is just what you did to Kaceytron. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Except Ethan was sued for things he actually did that Ryan Kavanaugh was actually upset about for the right things, lost it, fair and square, with no, extra scheming or, deception that had to be done with registering videos before they went out to try and put them in a trap, or in Denim's case, realizing that she actually did quite a good reaction to your video, and then registering the stream you did, counting down to the release of the video after the fact, so that you could catch her in a less transformative moment of the stream, so you could catch her on that in Denim's case. But hey, focus on Kaceytron for today. Focus on Kaceytron for today.
Wikipedia edits have placed on you and your business. And again, I apologize for my involvement I had in that, and I hope that any such issues can be retracted, right? And that you do not have to endure any...
We are not doing hair comments every fucking day. So just give it a rest.
Further issues as a result of those actions.
Holy fuck.
Truly. We have since come to peace, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to move forward. With this apology and with full respect, I ask that anybody who may have been acting on my behalf directly or indirectly stop immediately. Ryan and his family and his associates,
yes, even if you're saying something positive,
should
shut
be
the fuck up.
Left alone now for good.
It's incessant.
I truly mean
it's
that.
Incessant.
I mean everything I'm saying, but I really want to make sure that we turn the page on this, and we just. I'm apologizing to Ryan, and we're moving forward like doves. We're dogs now. both of us wish to move on with our lives, and I wish Ryan and his family...
Bear in mind, Ethan was using retracted claims that this guy ran a Ponzi scheme. Literally, the article that accused him of it retracted it before Ethan started running the allegation. He runs the allegation regardless, and he gets sued for defamation, rightfully. And he was comparing this guy. What's all going on? He's comparing this guy to Harvey Weinstein, saying he looks like Harvey Weinstein. He might have skeletons in his closet and all this shit too. That's the sort of shit Ethan was saying about this guy. What was Kaceytron saying that was anywhere near that? The most like insane thing that Kaceytron said is Asmongold killed his mom. Sorry, you're gonna have to. I'm gonna really struggle to give a fuck about that. I'm gonna be real. Like, seriously, what? Who gives a fuck, man? Who gives a fuck?
Peace, privacy, and all the best in the future, and I do. And so there it is. And that closes the chapter of
yeah, he made harassment websites on Ryan Kavanaugh.
My good friend Ryan Kavanaugh, who, you know, it's been a journey. I'm improving now, which is probably a bad idea, but
you think?
I want to say that we're friends, we're dogs, it's all good, and I am deeply apologetic for everything that we've been through. So there it is, Ryan Kavanaugh, everybody.
Thank you.
And that's it. You guys want to talk about the Zelensky suit scandal?
Wow. Wow, great stuff, Ethan. Okay, I was going to watch just the Kaceytron thing, but I think we'll watch Ethan's reaction to it. I don't think we'll do both. I think we'll just do one of them. But before I get onto that part, we actually probably should watch something else. Well, or look at something else. 1 second. Because I think Pisco's post actually came up before the apology came out. Let's read some of Pisco's posts here. So, Pisco says, alleged Ethan Klein's settlement with Kaceytron further supports everything I've been saying. I'm aware there is other litigation ongoing, but this case was never about protecting the React community from a potential lawsuit from Disney or Sony, Ethan's words, not mine, nor was it about helping enforce a standard on the React community. Ethan's central framing, not mine. This case was never going to establish a precedent, legal or cultural, on the React community other than what is already well known in American life. Those with resources are able to vindicate their property rights using the courts. And there's nothing inherently wrong with someone protecting their IP, especially not in a strong case, which I've always maintained this was. What I take issue with has been specifically focused on the pretense that the lawsuit is about something greater than that, than protecting property and punishing and humiliating the defendants for their transgressions, perceived or real, against Ethan. In his video, Ethan constructs a fake narrative about protecting the React community, presumably because 1, he is aware that trigger-happy litigation bros are not usually well received on YouTube, but when it's the big guy going after the little guy, and 2, Ethan didn't like to give the answer because I don't like them to the question of why them and not others. So we have to go through this absurd song and dance about stated intentional siphoning and malice and pretend that's what was going on. Just for calling that out, the response was insane delusion and deflections. Disappointing, because this is unlike the stand that Ethan took when he was sued by the bald guy, a case which was well worth defending and did produce good precedent in the SDNY. There's a few more posts here as he argues people. Obviously, I totally agree with what Pisco's saying there. Would love to see some of these fucking losers like Ethan Klein, Dan Saltman, Nicholas DeOrio engage with Pisco's actual statements on this. That's what I would love to see, me personally. Or even better yet, get into a call with them. Or me, but that sounds self-centered. So get into a call with Pisco. Okay. And for those of you who question whether the intentional siphoning rationale distinguishes XQC and others, just look at what Ethan said about XQC's conduct before. He called it intentional siphoning too. It doesn't distinguish anything. We all know the real reason. Stop coping.
Why is it? You think it's crazy? Dude, the fact that you're using the same title and the same thumbnail is so parasitic. It's so shady. You are only doing that to siphon off views and confuse people. There is no other reason for that. Why would you use the same exact title and the same exact thumbnail? Explain that to me.
So are you more upset about the title or about the content of the video itself?
Well, it's the intention, dude. It's all together. You're intentionally confusing people to click your video instead of his.
So, was there any more I want to read here? I thought there was one. I don't see it. Anyway, yeah, that's the Pisco post. Is there anything else I need to see before I pop Ethan's react? No. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this awesome Kaceytron apology. That's just like, it's hilarious. Like it's like so funny, you guys. It's like such a fucking knee slapper, man. They do so well with like making this funny, like making the best out of this moment. You know, iDubbbz was totally wrong. When iDubbbz said that shit about about this being a terrible podcast, he was totally wrong. He was totally wrong. This is a great comedy podcast. The jokes really land every time. Let's take a look.
And I just want to say that like I said, it's very heartfelt and it's very meaningful, and I appreciate it. So we're gonna enjoy this here, and we'll watch it all together and move on all together.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Oh. She can see. Okay, here
There
it
we
is.
go.
Yeah.
And by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content.
Yeah, start it over. Yeah,
I want to begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny, it was to garner.
So, like, who cares about what she's saying here? It's compelled speech. It's compelled speech. It's like you're sitting there listening to, what was it? Someone compared it to, someone was talking about Willie Mack. Willie Mack watches, ISIS beheading videos and sits there going, oh yeah, America's the great Satan. Look, the hostage said it. The hostage said it. America's the great Satan. They said it. They said it. Like, who cares what Kaceytron's saying here? She's being forced to say it. Like, how do you even watch this and get anything out of it? It's meaningless. It's just her sat there saying what she's been told to say to not lose her fucking house, you know? Who cares? It just like, it means nothing. It means nothing. It's totally worthless.
Garner sympathy, protect my own reputation.
It is compelled. No, it is compelled. She doesn't have a choice. If your choices are lose your house or read this, it's compelled. It's compelled.
And retaliate against the clients. This lawsuit has given me a greater understanding of copyright protection, people's copyrights, and the importance of protecting copyrights in the online content creation community. It is important for the entire content creation community to respect the intellectual property rights of other creators, and I will adhere to the lessons I've learned throughout this process going forward. I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support.
Oh, so before she gets into that, because I love this part. No, it's going to stay up. Oh, so then, well, anyway, it's only 3 minutes long. But I want to say that I really appreciate. She really
wow.
turned a
This
leaf
is
on
wow.
the
I'm fucking slapping my knee here. This is hilarious, man. You see why Zogbox and Nick DeOrio love this guy so much, can't you? He's so funny. He's so funny and affable. This just hits, man. This fucks, dude. I would love. There's nothing I would love more than getting home, long day at work, sitting down, you know, turning on YouTube. I'm like, what am I gonna look at? What am I gonna look at? Oh, H3, my favorite show's on. H3 Production, my favorite show's on. So yeah, she had to read this, or she was gonna lose her house. Isn't this funny, guys? Isn't this funny, guys? Wow, this really hits. This really hits. This goes crazy, man. This goes crazy.
copyright stuff, and I think that's really important, right? Because the purpose of this was the activism aspect of it all. Oh no, I can go back. I can go back. Oh, you know what? I should just let it play.
Yeah, his number one thing was activism, guys.
And enjoy certain moments of it.
Rich guy sits there, lies through his teeth about how good of a guy he is while he abuses some poor fucking retard on the internet and can't keep his decomposing body together while he talks. Wow. Greatest show I've ever seen, man. Greatest show I've ever seen, truly. Greatest fucking podcast of all time.
Or I mean, not enjoy, because certainly that's not the right word to say, but to appreciate. Dan.
Ring it up. Ethan just won again. Ethan just won again.
Should I play it? Okay, Dan wants me to play it. All right, we'll
I'm
start
feeling
it
a sudden
over
need
because,
to slap a bunch of pasta and buy Fortnite skins.
And by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content.
By the way, I do
begin
not
by
want to see
stating I
any
take
negative. I don't want
responsibility-
to see people being rude to her. I genuinely have forgiven her. I'm moving on, and it's water under the bridge. I don't want to see anybody being. I'm being dead serious. No, let's not be nasty to her, guys. This is it. Okay, it's over. We won. That's it. We won, right? So let's just move on.
It's just
and
so
thank her.
obvious.
Thank
Like, this would not even be the tact, but you saw it the other month. He had this whole, like, reckoning on stream where he's like, oh, Hilo wants to quit. Hilo wants to quit, and I just feel like going on the attack isn't working all the time. We have to maybe try and calm it down a bit. He literally, like, they had a whole, like, reckoning where Hilo wants to quit, like, the entire internet basically wants to shut down the podcast, and Ethan realizes that he has to change tact because going constantly on the attack and being just like a harassment machine isn't actually working for improving his public reputation. It's just so transparent. Anyone that tries to sell you this as genuine is like a total fucking liar through and through.
Thank you.
For infringing
I'm being
the
dead
content
serious.
nuke.
Please do not.
The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny, it was to garner sympathy, protect my own reputation, and retaliate against the Kleins. This lawsuit has given me a greater understanding of copyright protection, people's copyrights, and the importance of protecting copyrights in the online content creation community. It is important for the entire content creation community to respect the intellectual property rights of other creators, and I will adhere to the lessons I've learned throughout this process going forward. I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hassan Piker. Hassan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support. Speaking honestly, I found his indifference to my suffering.
See, it's just like so embarrassing because it's so obvious the play here. It's like, oh, Hassan donates money. Oh, Kaceytron, go out there and say that I'll be giving all the money Hassan gave me to Ethan so we can epically own Hassan. Hassan doesn't donate money? Oh, Hassan's such a fake socialist. He doesn't even help his friends out. It's so transparent and lame. It's like these people are literally the most despicable fucking dishonest retards going. It's so transparent that it's not even like ideologically motivated half the time. It's basically like there's a bunch of fat dudes on the internet like Nick DeOrio who didn't get laid in college, probably got mocked by all their frat bro friends and told to go flirt with hot girls, and then they laughed at them when he got rejected in front of them. I got absolutely fucking nothing going for him, and so he just fucking sees that all these roasties in college love Hassan so much. They're all Hassan fans. We need to kill Hassan. That's the thought process. That's how they think about it. That's how they came to these positions. Nick doesn't understand any of the politics, so it certainly wasn't some, thoughtful, moral, or philosophical conclusion.
Hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the scenes. It felt like he wanted to receive credit from the public for helping me without providing any. As to the GoFundMe money, to the extent there are any remaining funds after I pay my attorney's fees, I have agreed to pay the remaining funds to the Kleins. The funds will not go any...
Can we acknowledge that Ethan and everything he does on his stream is the most anti-Semitic trope ever? Yes. Yes, we've acknowledged that many times. We've acknowledged that many times.
Anyone else, including Denims or Frogan, to defend their lawsuits. For the record, I have agreed to cooperate with the Kleins in their litigation against the H3 Snark mods for promoting my live stream to the extent that I am able. I will offer my support, including testifying under oath to everything I have just stated, to help their cause. I also want to take the opportunity to acknowledge other misconduct and bad behavior I have exhibited online. For example, weaponizing the death of Asmongold's mother was inexcusable. I should know better because I have 3 disabled people that rely on me. Moving forward, I will do better. I also want to apologize to the crew of the H3 podcast.
Yeah, apologize to Asmongold. Yeah, apologize to Asmongold. Right. Well, what an epic win. What an epic win. Whoa. This is totally a principled position and not just Ethan throwing red meat to a bunch of just like scumfucks on the internet that have helped him out with his gay little war.
Particularly AB and Olivia.
Yeah.
I apologize for calling them cowards for not quitting their jobs, That was a shameful attack on two people who deeply care about Palestine and Palestinian people.
It's true.
AB, along with his wife Lena,
AB
have
is a
done more
coward
than
through
I
and through.
have
Not
ever
for that
done
reason, though.
for the Palestinian people, including raising over $100,000 in charity. I recognize that they have actually made Palestinian lives better, and my online antagonism and trolling has not.
Well, in the box's chat was saying this wasn't just directed by Ethan, dude. FIFA, literally, it's so retarded. How do they not like how does someone like Loaderbox just look around and go like, dude, what the fuck is going on? How have I ended up seriously, like, you have to overlook so much. If I see one person going like, you're saying some retarded shit in my chat, I might freak out. I'm like, why the fuck are you even watching me? Fuck you. Leave. Fuck you. Leave.
Yeah.
I apologize to Ethan and Gila personally. I have said extremely mean and cruel things about both of them, particularly my misogynistic attacks against Gila that never should have been said. I also want to acknowledge the pervasive problem of anti-Semitism in leftist spaces. It should concern all of us. I condemn it and will not participate in it. To that end, I wish the clients success in enforcing TED Entertainment's copyright and protecting the legal rights of online content creators.
Wow.
Just sit on that for a sec.
So he doesn't even have like a joke or something to land this with. He says, just sit on that for a sec. Let's pause for effect. So you just gotta sit there for a minute. Wow, great stuff, mate. Wow, awesome comedy podcast.
Check my phone here. Just sit on that. You know, just
Take it all in.
Dude, I watched some of Nick's coverage, like I said. And it's funny, Chud watched way more of this than Nick did. Nick can't even pretend to enjoy these. Nick can't even pretend to enjoy this show. It's so funny. He will only watch like a little bit because he literally can't even pretend to actually enjoy when they're sitting there trying to be funny. It's hilarious. But he has to. He has to be like in the house. He has to be in the house. It's just so crazy. And he just like, you know, you see him sitting there and he's just like making the lamest jokes that like barely make sense. You know, and he's basically just doing, you know, Nick does like jokes that are basically like word association into pop culture reference, where it like doesn't actually quite fit with the situation at all. He's just sort of like trying to fit in like, you know, just like zogged out references or whatever the fuck. He's like doing that repeatedly while watching this and going, you know, like he does. And yeah, it's just very funny. It's just very funny watching him like try and make something of it. He just keeps screaming like, get fucked, bitch, and all this sort of shit over and over again. He makes this really cringe joke as well, dude. Oh man, we might go over this bit. I only really want to go over his Denim's tweet response because that's where he really puts his foot in his mouth. But there's one moment where he's just like, he does like this impression, dude. He does like an impression of, well, I guess what's meant to be like a like old timey like talent agent type character, telling a girl to smile more and calling her toots, and it just sent shivers down my spine listening to this, man. It sent shivers down my spine hearing it. I was like, dude, there's no way you think that's funny. You know, there's no way you thought you were funny. That was funny. Just that it was, bro. It was rough. It was rough. It was rough. It was. He sounded like a rapist, but not in the way, because obviously he's trying to sound sort of like chauvinistic and old-fashioned, but not in that way. That's the thing. He sounded like lacking the riz to even do that jokingly and coming off like a rapist, basically. It was rough. It was really bad. It was really bad. I'm genuinely traumatized from watching that fucking clip earlier. Anyway, let's finish this Ethan bit.
Look at it, you know. It's just sit on it. What a heartfelt. I mean, like genuinely, and I'm gonna say something. Kaceytron, we've said it continually throughout this. You are extraordinarily funny and a very talented person, and I wish you all the best in the future, in your future endeavors. And I know you will continue to make people laugh, and to continue to
to bring joy to people in that regard. I do. I think you are extremely funny and very clever. So, and I accept your apology. I do.
Comedy
and
podcast, guys. Comedy podcast.
And just all the specific
comedy podcast.
A lot of the stuff in there was really, I think, warranted, and I'm glad that she's come to terms with a lot of it, and I appreciate it. I really think she's.
Remember this guy used to make videos where he was just like calling like some black music producer a pedophile. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that.
The new leaf. I do. Now let's watch it. Now I can pause it and stuff, right?
Yeah, now that we've watched it, you can do
okay.
whatever you want.
All right. So now one part that really stands out to me is the part about Hassan. Because he really did make it. And do we have that clip right of when Hassan was making
the part of this statement that I wrote that really stands out to me?
Like,
can we watch that?
Yeah. When Hassan was making it sound like he was going to help them, and I mean rightfully so. If I was him, I would have reached out immediately and offered my support, emotionally and financially, right? And that is something I have done. In other instances.
It's incredibly stressful, both emotionally and financially, to go through a lawsuit.
It is.
Everybody
and I
knows
appreciate the situation she's been in, and that's why.
Dude, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Alex Novell saying that Ethan melted down in DMs with him today. And there's a full video coming soon. And these are some of the texts. I gave you my number because I trusted you, brother. You don't have permission to share this private conversation either. Just to prove to you it's not a gotcha. I wouldn't waste my time texting with you if it was just for a gotcha.
Which is also why I'm so glad to at least put one behind us.
Yeah. And I know it was difficult on her, and I'm glad that she's free of it now, and she can just move on. We can all move on. I really do. My heart, I have appreciation for Kaceytron.
Dude. What if I just saw someone saying, what if Dan got Alex Novell in contact with Ethan? You know how Dan in that in the Destiny video was like, oh, I can get you on Redact. And Alex is like telling him he's a Jew and all this shit. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm Jewish, by the way. Dude, that'd be so funny if Dan's actually that. If Dan is actually that easy. If Dan is actually that much of a mark, it's literally just the in-group bias every time. The in-group bias every time. That's how everyone gets Dan on side.
Sean, and I thank her very much for the very thorough and sincere apology. That being said, let's watch this clip of when Hassan suggests he will be helping them behind the scenes.
He has also admitted multiple times he wants to hurt you financially through them as if you were their legal guardian. No, I know.
I have never suggested that, by the way. Or, well, I did suggest that he should help them, which he should. I mean, they're his orbiters, right?
It's just like, honestly, what are Hassan's plays here? I feel like it's the right play to just, not donate, basically. If Ethan was going to take the money, if that was a likely outcome, why would you?
And Hassan is extraordinarily rich. In fact, saying,
yeah, in case it wasn't like Hassan told Kaceytron to go do this stupid shit either. Kaceytron had the weakest case out of any of the three people being sued. And he didn't tell her to go do this stupid shit. He didn't say, oh, Kaceytron, it'd be a really good idea if you went live on Twitch and just sat there and watched Ethan Klein's video in total fucking silence, smoking weed the whole time. Did he? So what fucking obligation would he possibly have to help Kaceytron out? Absurd.
Saying he just sits on a pile of cash like Smaug the dragon.
Yeah, he said on leftovers, he just...
I go, what do you do with your fortune?
Just sits there.
He goes, I just sit on it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Smaug the dragon. You don't have any fucking better uses than just sitting on a pile of gold?
Yeah, I gotta stop.
Anyway, so here's what he said.
That's why he keeps saying like, oh, socialist, why won't he give these guys money? Trust me, if I offer support...
Well, apparently socialism is when you don't give people money. Because as a capitalist myself and a liberal Democrat, I would absolutely...
Well, I mean, socialism isn't when you give people money. So this is like the retarded thing that people do. Like, I understand like wanting Hassan to do more. that's in line with his ideology and saying it doesn't really seem like you're that committed to it. I get that. Just the constant, oh, Hassan, you didn't give money in this case. You didn't really no money in this case, Hassan. Aren't you a socialist? It's so fucking stupid. Socialism is about giving money. Socialism is about worker ownership, right? It's about worker ownership of the means of production. That's what Hassan talks about. It's not just about, oh, I'm a socialist, so that means I give you $100. I'm a socialist, so I'm giving out $100 to everyone I see today. It's not what it means. That's not what it means.
Give them money. I pay all my employees. You know what I mean? My mods, everybody gets paid around here. I don't ask anybody to work for free. That is a uniquely socialistic philosophy, it seems like.
It's actually not remotely socialist at all, Ethan. You're a capitalist, paying your employees. Paying employees does not make you a socialist. I don't know where is this analysis even coming from? What's this even, like, what is the idea here? What are we talking about?
Like, at least from Hassan's POV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Hassan's version of
special.
socialism.
Yeah.
Is paying employees, yeah? I thought Hassan was a radical tanky. I thought he's like an ML. I thought he's like an ML hiding his power level and he tricked you. Now you're saying that Hassan thinks that socialism is just when you give out some money when you're rich. So what's the fear-mongering about, Ethan? What's the fear-mongering about?
Is I get paid a mountain of coins to sit and guard on and you get nothing.
I hate all of you! You won't know about it, okay?
It's just like so retarded.
So you see, like the implication there is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And he even gives like, let me go back because oh shit, it's so long. Hold on, let me. I forgot it's like a 7-hour clip. Let me reopen it to the timestamp because there is some important stuff.
Oh, he means working for free.
Guys,
is
and I just
Keep on pointing out, Ethan, it's Smaug.
Okay. Right, that still doesn't make any sense for sure.
Did you say smog?
No, I literally went out of my way to say Smaug.
Oh, okay, well then,
run it back,
take it up with the
bro.
chatters. Take it up with the chatters.
Because I knew people were going to be geared up to call me out for that, and I went out of my way to pronounce it right.
Okay,
pull it back.
No, I believe
Run
you.
it back.
I believe you.
Smaug.
I believe you. These chatters, they're wildin', dude.
I do want to continue to emphasize, be nice to Kaceytron. We won. She apologized. That's it.
I'm seeing a lot of love for her.
Yeah,
in chat,
that's
saying
it.
A+ apology.
Okay, let's get the Hassan reaction to the settlement next. I think we're done with the Ethan VOD. Ethan's totally unwatchable. Even more so than Hassan somehow.
She doesn't say stuff about you. Oh, awesome. Is she done? Is it over? Will she no longer be haunted by the H3H3 podcast? Right. I hope she said I suck. I don't give a shit. She settled and threw you under the bus, kind of. What do you mean? Under what bus? Something about your indifference, but whatever. We should talk about this, to be honest.
People are retarded if they think Hassan gives a fuck that she said that shit. He's obviously not going to give a fuck. His perspective is going to be, yeah, get out of it with the least money given to Ethan possible. Right? I assume that's going to be his perspective.
She should have went harder. You think I give a shit? I want this legal bullying to end. You can say whatever the fuck you want about me. If it's going to get Ethan Klein off your ass, go ahead. She said she had to say, you said you will help, but did not help at all and just use it to make yourself popular. That's what they demanded in the settlement. That's so fucking sad. But hey, yeah, no, that's right. I'm a bad person. You can say whatever the fuck you want about how much of a fucking douchebag I am, how much you hate me in your settlement negotiations. If Ethan Klein is up your asshole, crawling up your asshole, hell yeah. Say I'm a bad guy, say I'm anti-Semitic. Say I'm an anti-Semitic terrorist. You think I give a shit? What are you, crazy? Yeah, I want this fucking insane I want this insane torment to end.
So what's the cope about this clip? What's the cope about this clip? How do I, if I wanted to do a segment right now where I'm behaving like a fat fucking stupid ass fucking, how would I criticize this clip? What would I say about it? What would I say about it?
I'm glad that Kaceytron no longer has to deal with this fucking nightmare.
He admitted to being anti-Semitic.
They made her say anti-Semitism is on the rise in the left. Pretty vile people. I mean, I don't think a single person that looks at this statement is going to be like, wow, this is a sincerely...
You just say cope again and again. You just say cope again and again. But I don't think this is cope. I think he genuinely means he doesn't care if you have to say he's a piece of shit to get out of some retarded lawsuit with Ethan Klein. I don't think he... I don't think that's hiding some belief that he actually really does care.
Written apology. No, they're gonna fucking be
kind of
like
lazy. Just go cope. They can do it about anything.
Well, since this is brought up, they made her apologize to Asmongold too. This shit's got to stop. Again, great. If you are getting your rocks off of basically trying to bankrupt a random person online, so much so that they might become homeless, and you make them shoot an ISIS-style hostage video in the process of mediator, and that's how you can get your rocks off, you are one of the biggest, most pathetic losers of all fucking time, torturing small streamers to get your fucking rocks off.
Wait,
Like
I've
the
got it. Hassan, if it's an ISIS beheading video, why aren't you reacting to it on stream with NMP lol? Am I doing it right, guy? Is that it? Is that...
Loser that you are. Congratulations. You got your fucking legally mandated, court-mandated apology, and it wasn't even to serve any sort of justice whatsoever. It was because you had a lot of fucking money. You had a lot more money than they did, so you could bury them in a mountain of paperwork. Okay? No, you're in the right, dude. Everybody knows that's what real winners do. And the reality of the matter is, yeah, by the way, Ethan is literally behaving like Israel. This is like Israel-style behavior. But the reality of the matter is, if anyone actually looks at that, if anyone actually looks at any of those statements...
See, that's pussy shit, really, isn't it? So, and I actually did hear Nick react to this part. Nick said, oh, wow, mask off. That's not mask off. He should have said Ethan's behaving like an anti-Semitic caricature. Because that's what... that is the actual truth. He's behaving like a caricature of an evil, litigious Jew. He's not behaving like Israel because he's not killed anyone. Not any kids yet.
Whatsoever, and turns around and says, wow, this is, justice has been served here. They're already a fucking loser too. The funniest part about this is the idea that like Hassan used this to promote himself and and maintain popularity. Yeah, it was a real popular thing. Especially amongst the biggest fucking losers on the internet. Are you worried he will ever try to sue
Guys,
you?
I'm
No.
coming up
Why
with
the-
I'm coming up with a new, unique hand-rubbing motion that we will be using to imitate Ethan Klein, guys. It's called the Ethan Klein. When you're scheming, when you're thinking about suing people, when you're scheming and thinking about suing people and lying about why you're doing it, you can do the Ethan Klein by rubbing your hands together.
The fuck would I be worried that he would try to sue me? What can he sue me over? Nothing. No, he's too
I will
busy
not be
trying to sue
demonstrating.
whoever he can that he can bury in a mountain of fucking paperwork. If anything makes them look bad, is the most forced thing I've ever seen. Exactly. Yeah, what's he going to do? Defame me and then sue me for not suing him for defamation? What are we talking about? Yeah, he's going to sue me for not watching the content nuke after he begged me.
Wow. Okay, there's the Hassan reaction. Now. Let's find my archive of this fucking moron stream. This total fucking inbred. Okay. So, let's watch Nick read the statement. Okay? Let's watch Nick read and respond to this statement. So he's going to go over the Denim's Twitter post about this. I'm not going to read it myself because Nick's going to do it. And you'll just see there's a few funny moments in here, moments where this guy sticks his foot in his mouth or totally overextends on stupid shit that he has no idea what he's talking about. Let's have a look. I would love to see Nick. If he ever, catches wind of this. I would love to see Nick react to any of the Pisco coverage or statements on this. Okay, actually engage with it. Because it's great, there's good legal opinions out there that totally refute the stupid shit you keep saying about this. So your feigned ignorance is not a fucking excuse. You disgusting fucking lowlife.
Dude, this is so good. This is so fucking good. Dude, she's the hero of YouTube right now. We have to defend her at all costs. Hold on. This is Denims' response to Kaceytron's legal rebuttal. This apology, which I can only assume was somehow forced to extract a settlement, was painful to listen to. It's absurd and ironic that Ethan accuses Hassan of being a puppeteer while LARPing as a comic book villain in this way.
Slop royalty-free music.
While it's unfortunate that Ethan appears to have been able to exert control over her in this way, I'm happy that Kaceytron was given an opportunity to minimize the harm to her family and avoid the risk of losing her home and move on from Ethan's lawsuit.
Okay, problem where?
I want to make several things clear. My trial date is 10/26/26, and I look forward to beating Ethan in court, while Casey and likely Frogan have caved to... What?
What? What?
Whoa.
Whoa. So you see what you have to do to be Nick DeOrio? You see how every moment of this guy's life is just waking fucking dishonesty? It's just like constant dishonesty. Like the most despicable, worthless fucking lowlife. It's so obvious. You've already all clocked it, I assume, what's about to happen. He goes, what? What? Did she just leak that Frogan is abandoning her lawsuit? It says likely Frogan, as in, she probably doesn't know, Nick. Likely Frogan. What does likely mean? Nick, you've been following these cases. Nick, you've been following this story. You should know that Frogan hasn't responded to any of the motions in the lawsuit. Apparently she got served, or arguably got served, and basically hasn't responded. So, yeah, it seems like that's the case. Likely Frogan. You should know that because you covered the story, but no, you have to be dishonest in every moment of your life. You haven't seen anything in the first paragraph that you can make a big deal out of, so the worry's kind of kicking in. I've read half of this statement, and I haven't, like, gone, oh my god, cope. I haven't done that yet, so I need to find something to make a big deal out of. Very blatant. Very obvious, very dishonest individual. Very, very dishonest individual.
What do you mean in likely Frogan? Wait, whoa.
Whoa.
What? Wait, when did... That's news to me. That's news to me. Is Frogan settling?
This is subhuman.
Did you just leak that Frogan will be settling? While Casey and likely Frogan have caved to Ethan Klein, which is a decision I doubt they have made lightly, settling like this is not an option for me. It is not an option for me because it would set a precedent that endangers the financial scrutiny of any streamer that creates reaction content. No, it doesn't. It literally threatens people who do not create reaction content. It literally just fucking threatens people who steal content over at Twitch. We've been telling you this for years, okay? My content is not in any fucking danger if you lose this fucking lawsuit, all right?
Do you ever react to a full video? He does. He likes to say now he's trying to, like, alter his sort of like points that he makes about copyright a little bit. You might have noticed if you watch a few of his streams. He started altering stuff. He says now that he doesn't watch full videos. He does watch full videos. He's watched full videos many times. Absolutely many times. Only since this stuff happened. Because this can endanger full video reactions. Any full video reaction. Because Denims did substantively critique and respond to the Ethan Klein content nuke. In fact, she did more reaction than many other content creators. And she didn't say, not that this matters to any of the legal analysis, I'm maliciously siphoning views, as she goes over here. Nick's going to try and cope around that, but we'll see that in a minute. But that doesn't, but even if she did, doesn't matter to the legal analysis. It's fucking irrelevant. It literally doesn't matter whether she was doing it maliciously or not. It's not about whether you say you're creating a market replacement. It's about whether you create a market replacement. So just saying, that's why I can say I'm making a market replacement for fuck man, Coca-Cola. And I just like pour some sugar in water and bottle it and sell it. No one's going to be like, oh, you've just created a market replacement for Coca-Cola. You just stole their recipe. You stole it. That's patented. That's patented, and you just stole it. No one's going to say that. Because it's not a market replacement. It's so fucking stupid.
You threaten my ability to make content by consistently posting garbage, calling it reaction content, and being placed in a similar conversation as streamers like me. All right, I am not like...
How does that threaten your ability to make reaction content? Let's try and... This is the closest thing to an argument of how that might work. Of this genuinely threatening his ability to do reaction content. Through some tiny contribution, drop in the bucket contribution, Denim slightly moves the needle in an ever so tiny, infinitesimal fashion that a single person can in a broad political environment, ever slightly moves the needle on people's feelings about copyright broadly. And then later on down the line, as a court judgment is made, as a piece of legislation is introduced, as something big happens politically, Denims has had a tiny, infinitesimal contribution towards that change, and you no longer can do reaction content. That's how that would happen. How does Ethan threaten reaction content? Well, he's first of all done a deceptive trick where he has registered a piece of content with the Library of Congress so that he can try and get statutory copyright infringement. Get liability for statutory copyright infringement. So he's done a deceptive tactic there that he's introduced that we haven't seen before, that he's introduced, that he's made now a tactic, he's made precedent for. So that's step one. Step two, if one of these cases goes to the end and they lose, there could be a precedent-setting decision that says that reaction content isn't allowed or that full-length reactions aren't allowed, something that will cause problems because for a long time people have said you should actually watch the whole video, especially if it's political, like the content nuke was, because you want to hear their arguments in full. You don't want to take stuff out of context. You want to respond to the arguments in full, which obviously if people reacted to parts of the content nuke, people would have said, oh, you're cherry picking, you haven't reacted to it in full. Additionally, Denims is being sued for a piece of content that critiqued her. She's critiqued in the content nuke for a non-significant amount of time. So she's critiqued in the content nuke, she reacts to criticism of her, and she is sued for it. Okay, so that can affect it. And that's ignoring all the stuff from the Kaceytron situation we've already just had, where there is now a precedent set where if you don't like the stuff someone's saying about you, you go after them for copyright, and then you can essentially compel a statement from them saying that you won, saying that, oh, you were right in the drama the whole time. Something that should concern a commentary YouTuber. But I guess Nick has totally forgotten all those principles that he used to espouse so fucking heavily in like every video on his channel. So there you go, Nick. That might help you out a bit. I recommend watching some of Pisco's coverage. I recommend maybe even talking to Pisco. That might be a bit too much to ask from Nick, though. Or way too much to ask from Nick. I think that would be a good idea. I think that would be good. I think if he looked at Pisco's content, if he had any disagreements, he can maybe say, oh, I want to debate this lawyer about the impacts of this legal case. That'd be interesting, I think. That'd be interesting. That'd be a Nick stream that I would tune in for, unlike most of them. I usually just get other people to do it for me. Let's keep watching.
Like you, and I'm staying as far away from you as humanly possible. If Denims wins this lawsuit, we're going back to the Wild West. You can do fucking anything. Literally anything can be done. You can react to literally anything and not actually react to it. Just walk away from the fucking camera, probably.
So that's not what Denims did. That's not what Denims did. Denims did substantively react to the content nuke.
If Denims wins this lawsuit. Which, again, despite the fact that I make content where I react to videos on stream and give my thoughts on it, I don't want people to just be able to
the Wild West would be better.
Everything. Especially my own content. So, if you create content that involves commenting on videos on Twitch or enjoying...
What? You don't want people to be able to archive stuff, Nick? You don't think archives are a good thing? Didn't you spend like half your career crying on behalf of Boblax because he was getting struck down for doing full re-uploads of other people's content? Isn't like half your career crying about that, Nick?
Consuming reaction content, you should be on my side. If you don't believe me, please read ahead and let me convince you. I watched in reaction to Ethan's highly anticipated
What's the
content
name of
nuke
the
shortly
guy,
after it
Keystar
aired.
Orbiter, Nick Oreo.
Make no
Mr.
mistake,
Oreo.
my coverage more than doubled Ethan's video in length. Ethan's video spanned roughly 104 minutes. I spent 230 minutes reacting to, critiquing, and commenting on his video and the content in it, during
So guys,
which I paused.
brace for this, okay? Key number there. 230 minutes. Okay, guys? 230 minutes. That's what, 3 hours 50, I believe. 3 hours 50. It'd be 240 for 4 hours. So 3 hours 50 we've got there. Denim's reaction.
Paused 210 times. That means I added 120% of the runtime in commentary, on average pausing every 30 seconds to add 36 seconds of commentary. Now, I'm not fact-checking this. I'm going to assume that she's telling the truth here. I remember watching her video on my stream. You can actually watch my reaction to Denims because I did react to her viewing of it. And it was literally just like, she'll go on a random tangent about something that has nothing to do with the video, or she'll hear Ethan say a sentence and then go on like, remember this one time kind of things. So despite that she's saying that, I don't think that she added 130 minutes of actual content to it.
That is, yes, that is literally, Nick does this. Nick does this for huge amounts of his reactions. Huge amounts of it. And just him pausing to make irrelevant Goy-Stop references, go on a tangent about some old drama. That's the huge amount of this guy's content. That's how he gets runtime. He doesn't talk about the topic. Oftentimes, he does everything he can to avoid actually addressing the key disagreements on the topic because he knows that he's going to contradict himself if he does. That's huge amounts of his reaction content to the Ethan stuff. You can go back and watch it if you think that's untrue. You can just go back and watch. It's blatantly true. It happens all the time. So it's crazy for Nick to do this nitpicking of, oh, well, you say you pause for 36 seconds for every 30 seconds of content, but a lot of those times you're actually just talking about Avengers Endgame. Oh, yeah?
To it, as much as she might have paused and talked to chat or thanked somebody for something. Also, why are you tweeting this? Why are you posting this on Twitter? That's a good question. I just read that from chat. Why are you tweeting this? Why are you tweeting your court defense?
These are publicly available facts, and Denims has already filed her reply to Ethan's initial motion, right? Denims has already replied, so a lot of, I believe some of this is already laid out.
That's really stupid. This is like Carl Jobsian.
He just doesn't know what's going on.
Is
It's like
substantially
crazy.
more than Asmongold.
This is just like Boblax. This is just like Aiden. This is like Tipster.
XQC or many of the other streamers and YouTubers that watch the content nuke in full. Is that longer than mine? Well, mine's cut down.
So let's try and figure this out. So remember, guys, 230 minutes. 230 minutes. Remember that, guys.
The original length. What was my content nuke reaction on YouTube? It's probably
Nick
longer than
just
mine.
started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
Let's see. Look up the word nuke. If I can spell correctly. Nuke. My content nuke video. No, that's not even it. Which one is it? Final word, total loser. Which one was it? April, March.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
Let's see. What month was I post so many fucking videos? Let me just look in the Ethan Klein playlist. Oh wait, I have a content nuke playlist, don't I? I have so many playlists. Holy fuck, dude. YouTube drama, content deputy, creator clash 3. The debate, content cop H3. Did I not make a playlist for the nuke? Let me see. Mike from PA replied to this. Good, dude. That's exactly what I needed. Nuke.
Thank you
Ethan
for the
Klein-
$5.
Okay, yeah, here it is.
Nick thinks trials are spontaneous debates between lawyers that have hidden their arguments, evidence, etc. from one another.
Thank you for the $5. Okie dokie. Thank you.
Mine. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. I stay fucking winning, bro. I stay fucking winning. It took me 3 hours to watch this.
So 230 minutes. Remember? 230 minutes.
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't feel threatened by denims at all. I don't feel.
This is 3 hours 16. The other one's 230 minutes. I'll let you do the conversions in your head.
But nothing about denims' lawsuit is scaring me. Holy fuck, dude. I did over 3 hours in that video. Now, dude.
So nothing about Denim's lawsuit is scaring me. Now, the first reason why it doesn't scare him is because half of her commentary was irrelevant. She's just like talking about Avengers Endgame or like old shit that happened. Like, oh, remember this time? So half of it's just commentary like that. And then the other thing is, her reaction was so short. Her reaction was so short. So this isn't worrying Nick at all, because this would never apply to him for these arguments, because of these reasons that he's just laid out. Because of these reasons that he's just laid out, this would never apply to him.
2 hours and 230 minutes is fucking 120% of the runtime. That's crazy, bro. Well, no. Wait, hold on. No, actually, did she? I think she did more.
Oh.
She did 230 minutes reacting to it. Then hers is 304 minutes. Is that just the time that she spent there? So if she like paused to talk about something random, is she just including that as well? Yeah, she actually did more. That's crazy.
So he literally, he doesn't even realize. So the video is 230 minutes, right? The video is 3 hours 50, right? Yeah, the video is 3 hours 50. The whole reaction with the content, 3 hours 50. Okay, 230 minutes. Nick says my 3 hour 15 video would be longer. However, you have to add the 230 minutes of Denim's reaction to the 104 minutes of the original video to achieve 304 minutes, which then actually makes it longer than 3 hours 15, guys. That actually then makes it longer than 3 hours 15, you see. How do you just do this night off some shit like this?
Because we covered... Where's the denims one? I gave up on that. What was that actually? Hold on.
DeOrio math? I want to call it something else. I was going to say something else. I'm killing my Twitch stream.
I probably don't have that many denims videos.
What math?
5 months ago. 5 months ago.
I had to.
8 months ago. That's his position. Is it this one? Like moving.
I had to.
No, that's like her rebuttal. 9 months ago. Okay, yeah, this one. We watched her for like an hour.
Is earning the coveted.
I'm gonna start my Twitch stream again.
Oh, and then we put in all the EFAP clips and stuff.
Proven wrong. Let's watch.
No, this isn't even. I don't know.
It's Tyler.
This drama's so fucking long.
Holy fuck!
Where is it? The commentary length is substantially more than Asmongold, XQC, or many of the other streamers and YouTubers who watch the content nuke in full. As we know, Ethan decided not to sue Asmongold, XQC, or anyone other than the three of us, but he wouldn't sue them. They didn't intentionally try to deprive him of revenue, and you said yourself that you did. This notion is frivolous and a fabrication. Ethan claims that he's pursuing this claim against me because someone claimed malicious intent on my part. There are two statements of Ethan falsely claiming
insulting me viciously on Twitter
that demonstrate my intent, along with his conspiracy theory about collusion with moderators, none of whom I've ever communicated with. So this is just her response publicly for the lawsuit. This is so weird. Asmongold didn't watch the entire video. The first statement is my response to a chat message I read out loud. We were relying on you staying live so we don't have to give it views, and then replying, yeah, I'm going to stream it. Wait, how is that meaningfully different?
Because it's an offhanded response to a chat message, not a statement of intent. Her intent was to respond to the video. Someone said they wanted to watch it there, and she said, yeah, I'll be streaming. It's not a statement of an intent to create a market replacement. Not that that matters. Once again, not that that matters to the legal analysis. Wouldn't matter to the precedent.
Dude, yeah, so thank God I get to watch your content, so I don't have to watch it on his
Pizza
channel.
Pythagoras. Dude.
Oh, yeah, don't worry, I'll be live. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's very different. I hope this is self-evident, but it would be bizarre for me to take that opportunity to bring attention to this group of people and how they should actually watch the video on his channel. It's not my place, I don't care, and making a big deal out of it would only encourage the zealotry that Ethan is upset about. I merely acknowledged that I was going to react to it and moved on. Drawing a broader narrative based on a chat message I did not write is delusional. The second statement is a throwaway shill comment I said after the video before signing off. Well guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow some— oh my god, dude, how are you defending this right now? Do you
oh my god, how are you defending this? Dude, how many times? I guarantee we could find a clip of Nick saying basically that exact thing. Even your friend Augie, Nick, has said this. Everyone says shit like that. Everyone says shit like that. Everyone says shit like that when they get done watching a video that everyone hated. Everyone says shit like that. Oh my god, how are you defending this? How are you defending this? It's a very common sort of statement. It's actually very common in streaming to say something like that.
Believe this? Do you believe this statement? If someone watched my coverage, they had no interest in watching Ethan's video without the additional critical commentary, and never would have. How the fuck would you know? This is like a long-standing React rape content fucking...
How would you know? Well, obviously she's saying that because that is part of her legal defense. She believes that to be the case, is making that as part of the legal defense.
Kuihman, were you saying that Nick acts and looks like the Peter Griffin of commentary? Or geez, this is just like the time Sol Skibidi sent Lemon Party to a 12-year-old, then a slam cut to,
Thank you for the $10, Jimberly. Thank you. Thank you, Jimberly.
This is literally, dude, this is like a Dark Viper React rape essay talking point. This is some shit that I would hear Dark Viper start crying about. Regardless, this statement does not characterize my intent. At most, you can say this is a meaningless comment in poor taste. Well, I don't think he viewed it as a meaningless comment. I don't think he thinks that at all. Yeah. Making a joke about this is too far. That Ethan Klein deserves more respect. We can agree to disagree. I humbly request we take this opportunity to question Ethan's framing of events and call a spade a spade. Ethan is bullying people who said things about him that he did not like, and he can do that only because he has more money than them. In doing so,
true.
at least his lawsuit against me, he is setting a disastrous precedent for our corner of the internet. Yeah, not likely. And my hope is that...
So, I mean, Nick, feel free to go and look at Pisco's legal analysis on this stuff.
Others in this community with resources like Ethan's do not follow in his small footsteps. Please donate to my legal fund. Every penny donation has gone exclusively to court costs and fees and will go nowhere else. As stated earlier, my trial date is 10/26/26.
Guy who relates everything to Encyclopedia Dramatica admin drama.
Ideally with your assistance. Thank you for the attention on this matter. So she's begging for more money, which I mean is her best bet right now. But I think that people are going to be a bit more hesitant to send their money to Ethan. I mean, to Denims. I will argue that the little I do know about the legal aspect to this, I imagine Denims has a significantly stronger case than Kaceytron. I think Kaceytron was legitimately fucked. So I'm not surprised that Casey immediately bows out.
Wow.
I'm also not surprised that she's trying to use this as an opportunity to, like, get mad.
Okay, I didn't watch past this point, so I'm not going to sit here and just watch a bunch of Nick stuff, because I truly find this guy so fucking boring. However, I do want to try and find that clip I was talking about where he makes the toots joke, because I want to show you how much of a fucking creep this guy sounds like.
I think there's zero crossover audience between me and Adam McIntyre. I saw Adam McIntyre apparently had a video exposing a new pedo allegation against...
It felt like he wanted
to
provide me any support, financial or otherwise, from Hassan Piker.
That's so fucking funny, dude. All right, let's hop back into it.
It felt like he wanted to receive credit from the public for him helping me with...
Yeah, I think she's right. I think he did. Or he went to help Kaceytron and Frogan. No, Kaceytron. Or he went to go help Denims and Frogan and thought Kaceytron probably could go fuck herself.
This is your guy at one point. I'll give everyone a chance.
She's felded. She's poor. Hassan didn't give her any money.
My question is, was Kaceytron ever in the Inner Circle? I never viewed her as, like, one of the main orbiters. I viewed her as somebody who had literally nothing else to offer, so she tried to cling on to Hassan. I never saw them as friends, but I'm not really sure if that's accurate.
Hurtful, especially after he hinted he might help me behind the scenes.
Yo!
You claim to care about rape, and you're hyping up a dude who has a segment on a show called Ultimate Rape Review.
She's broke. She's held hostage. She's felded. Whoa, buddy. Say the line, funny man.
This is so fucking funny. She's a product of her environment.
It felt like he wanted to receive credit from the public for him helping me without providing any.
Dude, this is actually how they are. They do want to just hear the line.
Funds after I pay my attorney's
Adult
fees.
daycare,
I
man.
agreed to pay the remaining
No
funds
wonder
to
they
the
like
client.
the ABDL power couple.
But I read on Snark that that's not how that works. That's not how it works. It can't happen like that. My money can't go there. No, I read that can't happen. They told me it wasn't gonna happen. They told me I was wrong. They told me that's not how the law works. Oh my god, no.
Like, dude, how can you mock other people's terrible legal analysis built on bias when this is your stream?
Oh no!
I really like it's baffling.
Dude, thank you to Snark for raising all this money that goes directly into the client's
The
pocket.
first or second comment at the beginning of Rex Kaceytron.
Is that what happened? That's diabolical if true. Dude, she opened a YouTube video. It stole somebody's
lessons I've learned throughout this process.
I don't think she's learned nothing from this. Dude, that's why this is. I literally don't think she's her as like one of the main orbiters. I viewed her as somebody who had literally nothing else to offer.
I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise, from Hassan.
No, dude, no, bro. Oh, maybe this person did. Maybe Antoneros.
And by stating I take responsibility for infringing.
I didn't say
Or is this the version that was played on her stream?
I think you're
I want to
wrong.
begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit was not frivolous.
The alarm was in there, so she just fucked this up on her own stream. I guess when she showed it. Okay, let's see.
And by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. I want to begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit was.
Dude, this is like an ISIS beheading video.
Why is he jerking off to thought of how much money another man has? There's like a very funny like little human centipede that happened where XQC basically buck broke Ethan totally in that fucking debate during the worm, totally ruined this guy's mental, told him he's got his whole house on his wrist. Ethan suddenly starts getting into really expensive watches and really expensive possessions. He's just something he was never into before. All of a sudden wants to showcase wealth and show how rich he is. And then, curiously, when Nick starts getting more positive towards Ethan, Nick starts obsessing over watches as well. All of a sudden, Nick's like, oh yeah, watches are how you show wealth. Watches are how you show you're cool. Just interesting there. Just interesting there. This guy absolutely through and through. And, you know, he's like one of those many guys who I fear, especially because I know Nick was guilty of doing the type of Destiny coverage where you spend your time chasing around after Destiny's ex-sexual partners and berating them for their indiscretions. I know that was something Nick enjoyed doing for a while. I think he's probably one of these guys that just likes the idea of fucking women with another dude's dick, you know? I think that's basically it. That's what he gets out of the internet a lot of the time is like various forms of fucking women with another dude's dick. Whether it's fucking them legally, actually fucking them, whatever it is, that's basically where Nick's head's at.
Like a fucking, this is literally like, Bad Empanada is in the room staring her down right now.
Not frivolous.
Holy shit, this is amazing. This is so fucking funny.
And by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke.
Dude, can you be a bit more... Listen, Casey, has anybody ever told you this before? Listen, Tuts, you gotta smile more. You know, just give them a little bit more of a smile. I think that that would go a long way with the men watching.
I want to begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the lawsuit was frivolous and based on misogyny...
Oh, we got time stamped.
So fucking funny.
And by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke.
Oh,
Dude,
wait, sorry, I just missed it. I was reading a message saying I just got the timestamp, and I missed him say it, didn't I?
A bit more... Listen, Casey, has anybody...
Fuck.
Ever told you this before? Listen, Tuts, you gotta smile more. You know, just give them a little bit more of a smile. I think that would go a long way with the men watching.
I want to begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit was not frivolous.
Dude, what a fucking weirdo. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay. I think that's about it. I think that's like the Kaceytron apology segment. Tell me, guys, if there's anything missing. Anything else I need to see from all this stuff?